What's good? What's good? Thanks again for coming back to Tellteller by JR. Here we go again. This time, guys, I got a really good story for you guys. Oh my god. Well, I'm sorry. I think all the stories that I put out, I believe they're fucking bomb as fuck. So yes, I'll be saying I got a bomb ass story for you guys. All right. So hopefully, this one once again, not hopefully, this one once again, you guys are gonna enjoy this. Let's just jump in. Oh, by the way, oh yeah, I already mentioned this shit on my other ones. I have Tellteller by JR. I have an Instagram for it already. It's all one word, all one word. Tellteller by JR. I should definitely pull up. Granted, I just created. I mostly created it for the arts that I'm gonna be having when I get an artist. I remember I did talk to one, and I'd say she's all right. You know, I haven't seen her work yet, so we'll see. And when she start, giving me some stuff, whatnot, I'll be posting it on Instagram. I'll be posting it on my page, on that page, on my account, Tellteller by JR, and yeah, you guys will get to see it and swipe through them and stuff like that. And also, too, I'll have some pictures on here as well. And again, guys, I'm just recording this off rip. There is no stopping. The only thing I can kind of do on this is pause to get my thoughts straight so I could tell the story. So the story is just coming. Most 90% of it is not fully developed or anything like that. Is pretty much coming as I go. So I'm trying to get. I will be the moment I get. Obviously you can tell I'm getting comfortable with this and I'm getting a lot better at it. All right. Now, without further ado, let me give you guys what you came here for, okay? I'm not gonna fucking sit there and talk too much. At the end of the video, I'll go ahead and tell you all that stuff, whatever. Don't forget to subscribe, help the channel out, give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. Like, I'm not kidding, I don't care. Give me a thumbs down if you feel like you weren't feeling this story, because your opinion matter. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it so I could entertain you who is here and watching it. So, alright, skip the motherfucking talk. Let's get into this joint. Let's go. So, the name of this story, let me look at this name real quick. Yeah, the names, man, sometimes they be escaping me. The Child of the Moon Wolves. The Child of the Moon Wolves. And you will, as the story is developing, I'm gonna put this bitch on mute, sorry. As this story is developing, as I'm talking about it, as it's coming through, I will try not to forget to mention how the child was, how that name came to be, the Child of the Moon Wolves. Obviously, wolves can't give birth to kids, but it is a story, who knows? Anyways, so the Child of the Moon Wolves. And also, too, with this one, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it this way, because I feel like it was a lot better doing it that way. I will be narrating for the main character as it's going, as the main character is moving along. And as this main character is moving along, occasionally I'll, do a quick side note, and I'll talk about what's going on, what the character is doing at the moment, and stuff like that. And then we'll get back to the main character. All right. Now, let's go. Hi. So, my name is Louch. And as Louch is talking, he's running to this forest, jumping over rocks and shit, swinging on trees and whatnot. And it's a beautiful, luxurious forest too. Really green, nice air, sunny day. He's just out running to this forest and jumping through rocks and whatnot. And by the way he's doing it, it's a little bit, I would say, very fluent with his body, his movements, kind of like a cat jumping on things and whatnot. And of course, if from outside looking in, he's running and moving quite a bit faster than regular, me and you, regular average folks would. So, yeah. My name is Louch, and I got my name from a tiger in this forest. I think I was 7, 8 years old when the tiger almost killed me. And apparently, A while back, I remember I met the tiger again. I asked him why he gave me that name. He said when he slashed at me, I felt like the lake when he smacked it trying to get a fish out the water when he's fishing. I was like, wow, really? That's how it felt. And I remember I also asked him, of course, as he was getting ready to eat me, but this time I was strong. I was not stronger. He is definitely way stronger than me. This time I was faster and I got lucky. But I was really curious at the same time to ask this. How did I survive? How did he not kill me? He said after he scratched me, he wanted fish. He wasn't craving me no more, so he let me go. I was like, wow. But this time he's not. Of course, I'm here now. I managed to get away. So lucky me, huh? I definitely need to avoid him. He's so annoying. But the good positive thing about it is he doesn't crave me like that. Last time I remember he chased me was maybe a couple months ago. And he says he enjoyed chasing around. He enjoys chasing after me. And one time I stopped and he said, one time I told him, what if I refuse to run or do all that? He's like, well, I'll eat you. So I try to avoid him as much as I can. Louch sniffed real quick. Came in, he slid to the ground, stopped in the middle of the forest. There's a bunch of woods. And he's like, you can tell he's panicking, he's nervous, and he's on guard. And at the same time, he pulled out a little knife that he made. And he's sitting there looking around. He's like, holy crap. Damn it. I'm in the air. I'm in his territory. How did I screw up this badly? And in the wind blew. He's like, damn. That's why. Now, the wind's direction is blowing behind him and he's running toward against the crap. I'm having a brain fart here. He's running with the wind. So he never smelled the area of whatever danger he's in right now. Back to Louch. Damn it. Put his foot down and he jumped up. And when I mean he jumped, I don't know about you, but you seen a coconut tree, maybe about 2-3 floors up, and he jumped into this branch way the fuck up there. Immediately when he jumped like that, this bear came fucking blocking out the bushes. And you can hear him. I'm devouring you this time for sure. You trying to steal my meal? Who the hell do you think you are? And the bear jumped in the fucking tree. It's a huge ass tree and started climbing that shit. He's like, damn it. And he jumped over to another tree, swung over. The bear jumped down. The bear's just ravishing everything, going after him. Jumped on the ground and he's booking it. Louch is booking it. He's like, damn it. And he's jumping over shit and everything. The bear, probably a black bear, 900-pound muscle or some shit. That motherfucker was big. Let's just say it was big. I would say about the size of a pickup. Yeah, perfect. About the size of a Ford F-150. That motherfucker was huge. So, chasing after Louch. And Louch is like, crap, I'm going to have to find a way to lose this dumbass. He's like, oh, I know. He booked it over on this side, jumped over some bushes, and he's like, Louch is booking it and shit. He's like, yep, right there. And Louch jumped to these bushes, and it's a fucking pitfall. And there's like a lake way the fuck down there. And I'm talking about maybe 30-story high type of cliff. He jumped over it, trying to reach over the next cliff. And the bear screwed up, The bear hit his brake. Too late. And the bear fucking tumbled over. And the bear is basically falling down. And as he jumped, he had like a rope in his waist. He grabbed the rope with a little hook, fucking swung it on the other side. And it was like a small little branch of trees and stuff like that. It hooked into it. And he fucking slid on the other side. As the bear is falling, as the bear is fucking falling, he's like, as the bear is falling down, he's screaming down, "I'll get you, you louch!" And Louch is like, "I'm sorry, Zupo. I'll make it up to you one of those days." And he fell down. And the bear fell in the water. Of course, as he's paying attention, he saw the bear got out of the water and swam out. The bear was fine. So, he climbed back up, of course, Louch. So, to be honest, I know it might look like me and all these animals are not friends, not to mention one of them almost, Tiger Zekashi almost killed me once, multiple times and chasing me. To be honest, when I talk to them, it sounds like they like me. I don't know if they would actually kill me for real or not, because they definitely do seem to intend to kill me. But I'd be bringing them food sometime. I'll have to bring Zupo quite a bit of fish to make up for this. That's just how they are. They really, 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 really do not like it when someone stepped into their territory. They don't care who you're supposed to be. And by the way, you were asking, Louch just means lake. I think I explained that already. And he got back up and started running back to wherever he was going. And Louch. So, also, side note, describe him real quick. He's about 15 years old. I don't know if I mentioned that, but he's about 15, 16 years old and stuff. And he got a big old score right here where the tiger got him with one of his nails. Almost died. And he is ripped. He is ripped. A little on the short side, but he's also pretty strong. Okay? And, of course, not as strong as all those freaking animals that's in the forest and whatnot. And as he's running to the forest, jumping, whatever, there's a snake that popped up in front of him like a fucking anaconda. He pulled out like two little sticks and he threw them like two little sticks that look like needles almost. And he threw them at the snakes and fucking hit the snake's neck and whatnot. And he's like, "Woo, nice. Lunch for the day." Removed it, cleaned his little stick up, and put it in his back. Went to his little cabin and stuff like that. Now, let's go back to where we're going to go a little bit further in his past. Louch. Well, to be honest, when I got to this island, I don't even remember how. I remember I had mom and dad, everything was fine. And for some reason, this big old bright light happened. I heard my mom scream, my dad stand up in front of us. I don't know what it was. And I just woke up here. I don't exactly remember my name since I was really young. And I've been pretty much fighting to stay alive. Like, mostly every day of my life. But I managed to befriend most of the biggest animals that's in this forest. They're very aware of me and they know me. And if you want to ask me do I understand these animals? I don't know. I just know I understand them. And the biggest animal in this forest would be the moon wolves. Well, the moon wolves and Zekashi. Yeah, that's the tiger that almost killed me. Apparently, from what I've understood, Zekashi's supposed to be the protector of this forest. And if you were asking, let me see, what is this forest name again? if you were asking, the forest name is Otto. And right now, no, the land's name is Otto. The forest name is Otto Z Forest. And for some reason, a lot of crap, they put a freaking Z at the end. I don't know why. But, yeah. And Zikashi is actually, I think, from what he told me, spelled with a Z. But since I was really young when I came here, I still can't really read. So, yeah. And also, there is small villages. And these, I don't know if they're creatures or people like me. Or flesh bag like me. Well, that's what the animals call me, flesh bag. But they are weird. They have a circle head like me. They're not the same color. Some of them's green. Some of them got whiskers. They can talk. They walk in two legs like I do. But they are not like I am at all. And some of them, their eyes look weird as well. So I chose to stay here because in the forest well, the animals are a lot better. In that village, they kind of don't really like me. They make fun of me, poke me around. They almost killed me. They almost killed me one time, I think. And when I almost got killed and beat up half to death, I ran to the forest. And I think that was the first time I met one of the moon wolves. But I passed out. I don't remember what happened after that. Side note of what happened. So, when Louch was in the village, because he went to the village, he was like maybe 7 or 8. He went to the village. No, when he got there first, he was about 5 or 6. And he tried to survive in the forest, and then he finally met these creatures who is able to walk on 2 legs, who can, kind of talk like he does. So he understood them. He tried to stay with them. They make fun of him. They push him aside. He was pretty much living in the street like a homeless little thing that they just kind of throw ration at. And then a couple of grown men who was drunk beat the dog shit out of him. And he was pretty much close to death. And they chased him some more to beat him up some more. He ran to the forest, and it was a full moon. And people don't go to the freaking forest. So they stopped and they didn't go, and he kept going into the forest. And as he was walking to the forest, he saw this light back there, but it was kind of like a curtain as he saw it. He saw it was like a curtain, but the curtain was like super bright, and then there was a bunch of like trees and everything. So he walked towards it. And when he walked towards it, he looked. It was this big old, to him, he didn't know it was a wolf. To him, it was this huge dog that looked like a big old light bulb. And the wolves, imagine a white wolf that you can think of. A white wolf that is very smooth. Smooth. And the tip of their tail looks almost like flame-like. Like the tip of the tail looked like flame-like. And it's white. Pure white. And to the side of the wolf, there is 4 of them. There is a half-moon wolf, new moon wolf. That's a dark wolf. That wolf, most people really, really pray to God they don't bump into it. It will eat you no matter what. It's pretty vicious. There's the dark wolf, and the new moon, that's the dark wolf. The full moon, of course, that's white wolf. All the white wolves, besides the new moon wolf, that's the only wolf that's dark. All of them, they have the shape of the moon that they represent to their side. But the new moon wolf has the shape. It's really difficult to kind of see it because obviously a new moon is pretty much dark. It's black. So, and it's also a black wolf. So it's hard to really see the sign in the side of the wolf. A lot of people end up dying that way. They think it's a regular wolf that's just overgrown and they want to capture it for its fur. Huge wolves, their furs go for a crap ton of Z money on the village. So yeah. Crescent moon, of course, it's like a half a moon to the side or whatever. And as Louch ran to the forest towards the light, he bumped into what he thought was a dog, basically overgrown dog. And he's like, he remembered himself saying, well, I guess I'm going to die right now, huh? And he looked at the wolf, and the wolf looked at him. And she said, oh, you here to try to seal me, kid? And the kid looked, and Louch looked at him, and he's like, well, it looked like this, I'm about to get eaten by a dog. And he looked at his tail. Well, I guess I'll just lay here real quick, and can you let me lay down before you enjoy me? As he was holding his the side of his chest, because he got a couple broken ribs, and face is kind of bloody, and he laid down on the wolf's tail. And the wolf looked at him, and she's like, did this creature just disrespected me and called me a dog? I shall devour you. In the moment he reached over to devour the kid, who's basically laying on his tail, he reached over to devour his eye. I'll devour you. Ah! And he stopped halfway, and he looked at him. Louch is fucking sleeping. He's knocked the fuck out. She's like, huh, you're not even afraid of me. You just disrespected me and just fell asleep on my tail? Really? And he looks peaceful as fuck. Like there's no care in the goddamn world. This kid is sleeping on the tail of a huge ass wolf who's pretty much was about to eat him. And the wolf was like, huh. Fine. I'll use you instead and sleep within you. And the wolf disappeared. And also with the wolf, it's like I told you, I gave you the description. The wolf's eyes, it's basically like your pupil. Imagine your pupil dilated as fuck to the point of it covers your pupil dilated as fuck, is super wide completely. All you have is the white part of your eye, your eyeball, and that's it. But you don't have a pupil. That's how the wolf looked like. The wolf just looked like he didn't have a pupil at all. And it's just a little dark circle, and also the iris, I think that's what it's called. That black part that's around your pupil. The iris of the eye basically just looked like it was like a very, very, very light purple color. That's what it looked like. And yeah. Now, he got the name Moon Wolf, because that will come up in a minute. Let's keep going. Now back to Louch in present day. Louch. But in the island, for some reason, they call me the Moon Wolf boy. Till this day, I still don't know how did I get that name, Moon Wolf boy. I mean, I try to talk to the Moon Wolves multiple times. They just ignore me and keep walking away. No matter how much I talk to them or I try to hang out with them multiple times, they're the only one that's not really violent. They never really replied back or say anything back. They usually just looked at me and keep going. But one thing that I do know is they do get hunted quite a bit, though. A lot of time I remember when I'm hanging out with them, and some poachers comes around to hunt the moon wolves. And by the way, they hunt them because they're able to take the moon wolves and seal them into weapon so that they could use them for whatever they want. Each time they come to capture the moon wolves, usually that's the only time the moon wolves tend to kind of talk to me. Mostly they usually say is, kid, I'm boring you for a second. And that's it. And after that, I usually wake up somewhere unknown and around me is very, very just demolished. Everything just went to crap. Half the forest sometime burned to ash, or there's a big old crater. Side note. Now let's go back to where the wolf says, I'll borrow you for a sec. Matter of fact, let's let Louch do the talking. But to be honest with you, I think when they say, let me borrow your body, they take my body over for some reason. And I don't have no control. I don't even remember what happened. I think that's how I got the moon wolf child, the moon wolf boy. Because when the wolves take over my body, I guess the wolves use me to fight the poachers off. Maybe that's what it is. But I remember talking to a poacher before, and they said that they don't know how there is a moon wolf boy. I guess he didn't know that I was the moon wolf boy. He doesn't know how, but you can never seal a spirit animal within a human, a living being, because those spirit animals, they usually are too powerful and too strong. They rip the flesh of whoever you seal them inside out. But a weapon is able to handle it because obviously it's a weapon. It's solid. It's made for that. And it got the strength to handle a spirit animal. Side note. The moon wolves, they're there to protect, not to protect the forest. They're there mostly to give the forest life, to let the plants grow. Also, people's crops. When the moon wolves pass close by, people's crops grow a lot bigger, a lot better. It's just good, you know. But of course, anything that has power, people who also has power don't really give a shit. That's the reality of life. That's just how it is. And they want to seal these animals within weapons to be able to do whatever the fuck they want with them. Back to Louch. So, also guys, this whole time, Louch is, of course, a snake. He's on his little hut where he's at, his little hideout. He's cutting up the snake, to eat it. And now back to Louch. But you know what though? I am really getting tired of them not talking to me. I know it is a good thing they don't attack me, thank God, because these wolves are big. And the biggest one is the full moon wolf. Whew. He's about as big as one of those biggest trees that I've seen. Fine. With an anger attitude. I don't care. Next time, tonight is going to be a full moon. Oh, why couldn't it be a crescent moon? It's hard to find these wolves in the daylight. Really, really, really hard. But tonight is going to be a full moon. I should find one of them. I'm going to try my best not to find a full moon wolf because I can't give them an attitude. The other ones, the crescent moon's the smallest one. It'd be nice. I could give that one an attitude. Maybe she'll finally respond or something. And as he's talking and getting angry like that, fucked up and hit some sort of artery in the snake and fucked the whole meal. Fucked the snake up. So now Louch is a little upset. He's heading out again to go hunt some real food. And he went out, again, got himself a deer, brought it back, cooked his little meal or whatever. As he's getting done eating, sun went down, it's dark. He's like, okay, now back to Louch. All right, it's about time. Whew. Cross my fingers. Let's make sure we don't bump into this stupid ass full moon wolf, which is more likely to bump into him because it's full moon right now. But we still have a chance of being able to find a crescent wolf and to my luck. And he's in the forest jumping all over the fucking place trying to find a full moon wolf, right? And as he's going to the forest, he stopped. He's like, damn it. Freaking poachers. Alright, cool. I'll take care of them. And he jumped in a tree. And the trees, by the way, they're fucking tall. I don't know if you ever seen those skyscraper motherfucking trees. Yeah. Them shits are huge. They're big trees. They're not, that he's jumping all over and everything. It's a very thick and like brimming with life forest. So don't get this. Don't get it misunderstood. All right, it's brimming with life. That motherfucking forest. So he jumped on it, whatever, and it's kind of dark. There's a full moon and whatnot, and those poachers are just walking around and talking or whatever. This motherfucker was like a ninja. As they're walking around, he's taking them out one by one in the back or whatnot. There's like 3 of them left. And he can tell the 3 that are left, they got those spirit weapons. And he's like, damn it. These guys might be a little bit hard to take on. So he left them alone. He's like, he can't tell if the weapon has a spirit animal on it or not. Side note, mainly because he's a little bit ignorant on it yet. He doesn't know yet. He's not familiar with how those weapons work anyways. So he left. And as he's leaving, he's pretty much searching for the moon wolf. And he saw one. He thought it was a crescent moon. He's like, oh shit, snap, I need to go warn them that these guys are coming. I took some of them out, but these guys are coming. They're going to try to hurt her. And as he jumped out of the forest is this big old field. Beautiful. Short grass, huge field. And this wolf is just laying there. Beautiful scene with the moonlight hitting this wolf. Just beautiful. And the air is just breezing by. And as he landed, like he jumped out of the forest and he fucking landed there. And he's looking at her. He's like, man. And he's walking towards her. It's a really beautiful scene. The wolf just casually turned towards him. And the wolf turned her head back and looking at the moon. And she howled. As she's howling, Louch is fucking holding his ear. Because remember, guys, this wolf is about the size of... Let me see. I'd say the size of like 2 semis put together. Like if you were to put 2 semi 18-wheelers on top of one another. Like that's the size that motherfucker is. Just laying there. And it howled. Obviously, it's basically almost like a fucking train horn and you're standing there. I don't know if you ever heard a train horn. Like close to it. That motherfucker's loud. I want to tell you. Like when like you stand outside and the train is passing and it's fucking honking. It's loud. So he's holding his ears and screaming, stop, stop, stop. And she stopped. And she's like, you really are a flesh bag. Why are you here? He's like, oh, wow. You only talk. Why do you guys only talk to me when it benefits you or something? She didn't say anything. Rush. Anyways, by the way, new moon. Sorry, full moon. We got poachers coming, and I took a few of them out, but the other 3 that was left, I wasn't sure because the weapon that they have look like is the spirit weapon that you guys told me about, and I don't know if it has a spirit on it or not. And I know from talking to some poachers who didn't know who I was, but those weapons are pretty powerful from what they told me, and I didn't want to risk it. And she's like, so you wimped out? Loud. What? No, I didn't wimp out. And the wolf turned, and she turned her head away from him. He's like, "Hey, whoa! Don't turn away from me. I'm not a wimp. I didn't wimp out. I just didn't know if these weapons had actual spirits in them." She looked at him, and she said, "You'll be able to tell if the weapon has a spirit on it if the back of the handle is glowing." She's like, "Were they glowing?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't know that information, so I didn't check for that. How I didn't check for that." And she's like, she didn't say anything. He's like, "Well, since you just pretty much scream your location, I am sure they're on their way now." And they're on their way now. And as he was saying that, he's kind of like, because remember, the wolf is fucking huge. Yes, he's in front of her, but her head is like way the fuck up there. He wasn't looking up. And as he was saying that, he's like, "Well, I'm sure they're, in their fucking way now," and shit like that. And she looked up. The wolf, she is dead serious, focused, straight ahead, looking behind him. And she turned around. He saw them. And she's like, I think it'll be better. Let me borrow your body again. And immediately when she said that, he did like triple, maybe quadruple, God knows how many, couple black backflips away from the wolf, like to the side. Wait. No. This time, please, I would like to be in control and be aware of what's going on. And she's like, that's fine. You've been here for a while now, and most animals who try to eat you, you survive them. You even survive Zekashi multiple times. So I think now you're old enough and strong enough to be able to be in control of my power. He's like, "What? Your power?" And as he said that, immediately, kind of like a funnel. I'm sure everybody used a goddamn funnel before. When you pour water into a funnel, yeah. Or a drain, for fuck's sake. Kind of like a funnel or a drain. The wolf just started sucking just inside of him. Just draining inside of him. And he looked down and looked at his chest. In his chest, like right up here, he had a small moon shape right there on his chest. And as he look up, there is 3 dudes that's coming up with their weapon held. And the weapon, he looked in the back, and the wolf said to him, "Yes, their weapon does possess a spirit animal within it. So those weapons will be very, very powerful. So be careful." He took a step back, and she's like, "Don't do that. You don't have to worry. Right now, you are 100 times faster, maybe a couple thousand times stronger when you hit, and a couple hundred times faster, and your vision is a lot better. Just start checking your ability, and you'll see what I'm talking about." And he looked at them. They were like, the field was pretty big. I would say about 3 football fields put together in a lengthwise, maybe 400 yards, top of joint. And he looked, it's almost like these people was just a couple feet away from him. And he took a step back. He's like, whoa. And she said, take a hold of yourself, or I'll take over. He's like, whoa, no, I got this, and shook his eyes real quick. Also, by the way, now his eyes look the same way. His hair became a little bit longer, like to his shoulders, and they are purely blonde. His hair is like purely just white hair. His nails are white and whatnot. His body stays the same, and basically it looked like he's kind of glowing a little bit, and with the moon shape in his chest. And his eyes, by the way, pupils hella dilated like fuck, and of course his eyes is almost the same color as a wolf's eyes was. Like I say, like a light, very, very, very light purple with the little circle. He just doesn't have he doesn't look like he doesn't have a pupil. So he's like, okay, what should we do? She's like, I think we should try to catch him by surprise because they know where I'm at. They saw me. They just saw me kind of vanish. In their mind, they might think that I just retreated. But since I'm in this body right now, you can move a lot faster, undetectable, to catch them by surprise. But again, like I said, you need to be very careful because this is the first time the poachers are coming with weapons that possess spirit animal within them. Because usually when they have those weapons, they bring them to seal a wolf or an animal within it already. And these poachers are pretty strong who comes to hunt spiritual animals. He's like, no problem, I'll take care of him. And immediately he's moving left. And I'm talking about in fucking breaking speed. He was like 50 yards away from the forest, I would say. Within like seconds, he was already in like about 20 yards, maybe about 50 yards deep in the forest. He's like, holy crap. Damn, that is fast. She's like, yes, you are. Do you want me to take over? Are you sure you got this? He's like, come on, give me a second. Let me get used to this. And now he looked up. He's like, since I'm this strong, let me get a bird's eye view. And he fucking squunched down. Boom! And you heard the noise. Sounded like a fucking cannon went off in the forest. He shot up way up in the sky. Now he's getting a bird's eye view of everything, and he saw exactly where they're at. He's like, wait, these are not the guys that I took out. There's 6 of them now. And 4 of them has spirit animal weapons. Remember now, he can see very far away. And I'm talking about they're at least now when he jumped up and he's looking at them, they're at least about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles out from where he's at. And he's seeing them really, really fucking close. So now he knows how many, and he knows they're looking his direction. Of course, he can't fly in midair. And as he's kind of falling down, she's like, kick midair as hard as you can so you can kick midair. She's like, kick midair as hard as you can. He's like, what? What do you mean kick? Yes, pretend like there's something to your left, like a wall, as he's falling down. Pretend like there's a wall next to you and kick as hard as you can with 1 foot. It should give you enough momentum to move away from your location because they're coming this way. You won't be able to catch them by surprise. He's like, okay, he wasn't sure. He kicked. He moved very slightly, not much, maybe a couple feet. He moved. He's like, holy crap, what was that? He's like, I told you, you're very, very powerful. And with your tiny body, you're able to literally kick the air to move wherever you want. He's like, huh? So, okay. He kicked and shot about 1.5 miles. A mile to the left of the people that he's trying to go to. He's like, whoa, okay, cool. And as he kicked there and he's dropping, he's like, and she's like, if you want, you could, why don't we just go towards them in midair and drop down? And that's what, the wolf said. And Louch, he's like, no, it'll be a lot easier to sneak up on them on ground because in midair, I can feel it would be hard to dodge them if they launch some sort of attack at me while I'm in midair. She's like, all right, agree. Drop down on the ground, and now he's booking it. I'm talking about now he's booking it. Now when he got to the field, the section that these guys was, the grass was about a little bit higher. I would say about 4 feet high. And the kid is about 5'9", 5'8", you know. So he's ducking through this grass and just shrinking through him. Now, from above the grass, it looked like Snake is coming. And he's ducking to him and whatnot. As he's approaching him, he's like, fool. And by the way, each moon wolf is called by their moon shape. So full moon would be like, you know, you don't want to say the whole thing, would be moon, would be full. New moon would just be new wolf, and crescent moon, crescent wolf, of course. Half moon, you know. So as he's shrunking through, he's like, full. I'm gonna take care of the one with the weapon without the spirit animal, so that way they wouldn't try to seal me or you or use it to do anything with. And also too, that one would be the weakest one to get rid of anyways. Fool's like, yes. She's like, yeah, let's do that. And of course, he got there, attacked that motherfucker. You're like a fucking ninja. Everybody's turning around. What the fuck? What happened to them? There was two of them. He took them out like this and took them closer to the forest, landed them by the tree. They're like knocked out, and he grabbed their weapon and tossed it like back to where the village is supposed to be. And now he's standing. They saw him. They're like, there he is. They're charging at him. They're fighting and fighting. The fighting took a good minute. And I'm not going to go into detail with the fighting. I'm going to just let you use your own imagination for that. All right? So they're fighting. He's ducking, whatever. Now, by this time, about 30 minutes into battling with these guys, he took out two of them. And two of them was remaining. Those were the two strongest ones. And he got, he kind of got hurt by his shoulder. And at the same time, two other Moonwolf showed up. And when they showed up, the two strongest guys are like, we're perfectly fine. We know 100% we can handle all three of them. Because they already can tell that they can handle Louch by himself. They can handle Louch by himself. The two Moonwolf pop up. They're like, we can handle him too. And they fucking was like, oh, Louch, you're here. Both of the Moonwolves ran towards Louch, and same process. They fucking started. It's kind of like Louch is just absorbing them, and they just went in him. And he's like, what the? And at the same time, you could see there's the new moon right here on top of his chest. And then there's a half a moon right here, and then there's a crescent moon right there. So basically, he already has three moon wolves inside of him. And immediately, now he's fucking glowing. Like really, really glowing. And you could just see kind of like the shape of his eye. His pupil. You can even see his pupils, but you can see like just the shape of the eye. And he's standing there, and this air pressure is just coming out of him. And as these guys are standing there, they're like, yeah, I don't think we could take him now. What would be the wise course of action? And one of the other guys was like, we definitely should retreat. This is truly the trial of the moon wolves. And we definitely cannot mess with that. And from now on, we have to leave the moon wolves alone. And as he took a step back to run, Louch disappeared. They're like, what the? Where is he? They turn around. Louch is like standing right there. He's like, no, you guys are not leaving. And one of the other guys, and you can kind of tell he might be a little bit younger, He's like, screw this. The moment he's about to, the main guy, who obviously you can tell he's the most powerful one. He put his arm up. He's like, stop. And he grabbed his weapon, flipped it back, hit it in the ground, and he kneeled. He fucking went down on one knee. He's like, forgive us for hunting you down like we did. Child of the moon, wolves. We give you a word. We will not be hunting the moon wolves anymore. And I will make sure to let any of my comrades know. If anyone else come after you, it was not us. And they are fully aware of your capabilities due to the fact that I will make sure I spread the word around. When he got in one knee, he's like, my name is Hunter Carrion. And this is my son, Virgil Carrion. And his son, Dad, what are you doing? Son, get down now. And his son went down in one knee. And obviously you can tell his son wasn't happy. And as he apologized, he made this declaration and stuff. Louch is like, you've been hunting my friends like crazy. Why do you take them to seal them inside of a weapon that they don't want to be in? I want you to let those spirit go. And immediately all the moon wolves that's inside of them is like, no. Louch, that is not our responsibility. These spirit that's been sealed, unless the weapon is broken or the owner of the weapon truly desire to set them free, you can never actually set them free. And there's other ways to do that, but that's a story for another time. Make them leave the forest and call it. Louch. No. And yes. The wolves. What? Give me a minute. And then he said, carry on. Well, moon, child of the moon, the only reason we do this is to protect ourselves from the monstrous beasts that there is in this forest, in this world, so that we can live as well. And also, we do let those spirits go after a certain amount of time. When we seal them in a weapon, it's not forever. It's a contract. And Louch is like, hey, guys, did you guys notice? The moon wolves. No, we didn't. That's good information. Get some more. And Carrion is still talking. He's like, it is a contract. If we don't make that contract with the spirit animal that we sealed, the weapon won't last as long. We could still use it, but the weapon will only last a couple months, the most, sometimes just weeks, and it'll crack, and the spirit animal will be released. And depending on where it released, the spirit animal might turn on you right then and there. A lot of people die that way. So even though, yes, we do take the animal against their will, after we do make a contract with them to let them go after a while. Louch is like, well then fine. Just make sure no one ever comes in this forest to try to seal the moon wolves. And by the way, the moon wolves help this forest and also help the crops that I see you guys plants and fruits to even survive. What's the point of sealing the moon wolves? And now Virgil responded, carry on, son. Well, that is because the moon wolves are the most powerful one that there is in the biggest spirit animals that there is in this forest. Matter of fact, in Otto land to even begin with. That is why. If anybody could actually seal any of the moon wolves and actually got the moon wolves, that land, that village would become the most powerful village, and other villages would not ever even be tempted to attack our village. That is why we do that. Louch. Fine, leave now. I don't ever want to see you guys here again. Or I will make sure. And within a blink of an eye, as Carrion was on the ground with one knee, blink of an eye, he's like right here in front of him. And he went down and grabbed him by his neck and just holding him up. I'll make sure I come to your village and kill your wife and this disrespectful child that you have. Virgil, I'm not. Carrion, shut up. Virgil's upset and annoyed, of course, especially the way Louch said it. And he dropped them on the ground, and Louch turned around and started walking off. As he's walking off, Carrion's like, Child of the Moon, wait. He turned slightly, looking over her shoulder, looking at him. I'm sure you have a name. What is it? He said, the child of the moon wolves. That's the name your kind give me. So call me that. And he's getting ready to jump. And now he's getting ready to jump to leave. He's like, yes, I know. But what's the name that the wolves gave you? And he stopped. He giggled. Well, the wolves didn't give me this name. It was Zakashi that did. He jumped up. And when I mean jumped up, he's like a couple miles up. Like he's, over the forest now, leaving. And Carrion's like, holy crap, are you serious? And he looked at his son. He's like, his son's also like, so you telling me this boy met Zakashi? There's not a single hunter that's ever encountered Zakashi to survive to tell the tale. And this kid met Zakashi and Zakashi gave him a name? Carry on. As they're getting up, shaking themselves and walking off, he turned around and looking up in the sky, this kid dropping over the forest, way the fuck back there. He's like, yeah, as long as the child of the moon wolves exists, no one can ever touch these moon wolves. That also means this child is the only one who ever survived Zakashi face to face. And they cleaned themselves off and walked off. All right, guys. This is it for this story. Let me know, what do you guys think? How did I do? Was good? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Also, like I said, of course, I'm sure you noticed a little time that I fucking had to, oh shit, I forgot my thought, get my thought right, whatever. Like I said, guys, there's no pausing in this. I don't have the equipment yet. I'm just doing this off my little laptop and shit like that. So in due time, I'll get the money to, buy me a little thing, buy me my little setup. I work a 9 to 5 just like you do. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it for you making it this far and actually listen to it. If you listen to it all that time, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what's up. Also, guys, Tellteller by JR. I'm on Instagram. I'm on also Rumble. I'm on Rumble and Instagram, but Instagram is mostly for my artists. The arts will be on there. Give me a follow on there, please. Thank you very much. I also have my Venmo down there on the description. My Venmo name. If you want to donate anything, my Venmo and Cash App. If you want to donate anything, help out any kind of way to help me produce more content and better, I would really appreciate it. And I thank you again, guys. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Keep watching, all right? Oh, don't forget to hit that subscription so you can get notified when I got some new story coming on, all right? Thank you, guys. You guys have a good one.